Welcome to another episode of the MomBoss Show. I'm your host, Michelle Hon, and today we have guests. Together with us, we have Selvi Tanujaya from Green Cube Studio. And Selvi, why don't you start by telling our audience what you do and how you help your clients?
Okay, so thank you, Michelle, for inviting me. It's really my honor to be here. So my name is Selvi Tanujaya. I'm a founder of Studio Green Cube, which at the same time I'm a mom of two as well. So over the past 15 years, the agency has helped many brands, which is our client, to connect with their customers through curated design that aligns to their brand as well as their marketing strategy. So now we are working on growing a new conversation, which is on sustainability. So basically, it is helping brands or our customers to kind of like narrate their sustainability stories to the general public, basically to raise awareness. So that's basically what I do.
Okay, wow, interesting, right? I think sustainability has lately been the key thing that everyone is looking into, and especially for companies who are doing it. While it is good for the entire world, right? When you're sustainable. But again, it's also a form of marketing and branding. And therefore, you comes in and it's kind of like communicate how they're doing it internally to the public so that the public could understand why it is important. Am I getting it right?
Yes, correct. So in sustainability, it's a new topic altogether. So, you need somebody, mainly the business leaders, to start the conversation. So, as a brand, when they forefront this movement, this initiative, there will be a wider outreach. I mean, of course, we as an individual, we can do, our own things at home, like such as reducing our consumption. I mean, don't even talk about recycling. I think we start with reducing first. So they are one of the people who is defined by policies, as well as there's a lot of regulations out there. So they have to do something about it. To change, to do transformation.
So let's say they are doing it internally in the company processes or whatever it is, then so your job is for them to then translate what they're doing so that the public know how they're doing it.
That's correct. So basically to retell their story, how they do it, why they are doing it. So those are the things that we can help to do.
I see. So is there like a process that you help companies do when it comes to you say, I started a new business, I have no idea how to brand it. So is there a process that you take them through?
Yes. I mean, I get that very, very often, especially when it comes to new setup, new company.
Yes, exactly.
So first of all, is to understand what is their business, what is their vision. I think that's very important. And then from there, and then how they can do it, and how basically all the personalities. If you think about it as a persona, there is a personalities involved. There's an image involved.
So number one is vision. Number two is the personality of the founder or the personality of the business.
Of the business. Although it can be sometimes quite interlinked together.
Because it is reflection of the founder, right? So let's say I have a new business, I don't know what is the personality. So will you guide me through that?
Yes, I mean, it's very common also that because as a new entrepreneurs or even a seasoned entrepreneur, somebody they are really full of ideas.
Correct.
So in the process, then we will ask questions to help them, like to find themselves, to find clarity, so that they can answer those difficult questions.
Okay, so let's say we have decided on a personality. So that does mean that, that comes out in terms of then, the whole branding, the visuals and also with like the type of words and how it's being crafted and like the logo, more of like the tagline and things like that as well. Oh,
yes,
interesting.
Basically, it's to narrate the promises. So, what kind of promise you want to you want to tell your customers, or rather your potential customers, right? So, and then there is not just an image itself, like logo, it's just think about it like someone's name, you know,
Right.
and you have a picture, a nice little cute picture that comes together with your name. But beyond that, you are the whole, it embodies the whole DNA, the whole essence of, you know, what do you want to give? What kind of value you want to value add to your customers' life, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So from there, so not just the image, but also what are you going to do continuously to, you know, service your customers.
Okay. So then personality, then what would you call the third step?
That will be more like it's more like a fulfilling your promises.
Okay.
So that usually, if you want to translate it into a marketing language, will be like, you know, when you connect with your customers, you know, it could be your social media posts, it could be your marketing initiative.
So it's communicated through your, like you say, social media and things like that. So that's the third part. Anything else that
I think in the past, people use a lot of marketing collaterals. I mean, they still do these days. Yeah. So those are the things that will be like to help you to sell your product. Yeah. So
I see. Okay. Oh, cool. So that's a lot to think about there. But I think, like, you know, for a lot of entrepreneurs, like you say, right, we don't know what we don't know. Like, do we even need to consider all of that? But we didn't know. But until now, that it makes sense to have all of this so that you have a stronger brand in the marketplace. So, you know, out of the 15 years, who are some of your most memorable clients, or maybe like the proudest moment because you helped them develop such a strong brand?
I think for local context, I mean in Singapore context, I think I'm sure you have heard about some of the F&B kiosks which we helped to launch their brand from zero. Now they are hero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I hear some of those brands?
Yeah, I think some of them are Wok Hey.
Wok Hey, yes, I heard of Wok Hey.
Staff.
Yeah, Staff.
That's right.
I love Staff.
Yeah. So they came to us telling us about they want to sell this particular product, which happens to be your fried rice, fried noodle, kebab.
Yeah.
That's basically...
Oh, it's the same company, is it?
No, there's
two different companies. Okay,
so basically that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
And then through long process and try and error. I mean, in the past, I would say that, you know, when the processes was not so clear, but we learn, as an agency, we learn together with our client. So then finally, when they launched when they first opened the store, and then it was like, wow, okay, I'm
and you
kind
can
of
see
like,
everything coming together, right?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
So it's really like their vision come true. Making the entrepreneur, the founder vision can come true.
Right. Yeah. Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Another one will be one of the global brand, which, you know, we don't really question so much when it comes to what is their impact and things like that. But one day I took time to ask my client that, you know, what has this particular project, it seems to be a very simple project, but what has this project actually impacted in your organization? They said that, okay, it's actually a training services within a global manufacturing brand.
Right.
And then they said that, oh, now through all the tools that you have made for us, we have managed to sell it and make it very profitable on the global level.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that it will be another achievement that I'm really proud of as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because a lot of people sometimes think of brand as like an afterthought. I don't need that. Don't worry about that, right? But you're right. Like, especially if you know, when you have scaled your business to a certain level or even before, these are what I call intangible assets.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of businesses back in the days, you need land, you need factory as asset, but your branding, your communication, how people view you, those are intangible assets that adds to the value of a company. So yeah, what you do is so important. So I think, like, you know, at this point, I would also like to ask you personally, you know, as a business owner, what do you find is your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur, juggling motherhood and having your own agency?
I think time is always an issue. All of us are given only 24 hours. It's either how many hours you want to prioritize on certain things. But certain things as a mother, it's non-negotiable. Yeah, and it's how we kind of like have to prioritize our time and be really disciplined with our time that, by certain time, I must do certain things for how many hours. Yeah, so that will be the biggest challenge as a mom as well as running a business.
Do you think you have kind of overcome that? It becomes easier by now?
I do have a methodology.
Okay, share with us.
So I like to write down exactly what I need to do for the whole week, then break it down within day by day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I always have this a weekly goal and a daily goal. Yeah, so I try not to put like 20 goals in a day, which is unattainable usually. Yeah, so there is only a few less than 5 goals. So if let's say that I don't manage to achieve all of them, I try not to be too hard to myself. Okay, move it to the next day. Yeah. Then it's either I do more or, certainly has got to be reprioritized again.
Correct. Yeah.
So there's always moving priority.
I absolutely agree, right? And if you do finish up the 3 to 5 things, it's like, yes, winner, right? I have a good day.
Yes. Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. I do the same thing as well. So I know that, how I know you is because you joined one of our program, In Demand. So I'd like to know, out of all the programs out there, and also at what point what made you join the program really?
Okay. At that point of time, I mean, when it comes to business, it's up and down. To be honest, that was one of my lower point.
I see.
Yeah, whereby I feel very stuck, doing the same thing over and over again, not knowing what kind of value, what more can I add to my client. So I'm always in a pursuit of a betterment. So whereby, what can I do better? What can I do better for myself or even for my client? So that was the time when I ran out of idea, basically. But I realized that after joining In Demand and attended the lessons, so I realized that I needed a clarity myself as well.
Because you are helping your client with clarity, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So not just for my client, I think for myself and also for the business. Because, when it comes to clarity or goal, things are, always moving. After you achieve certain things, it moves to the next goal again. So then that is when, you need to kind of look even further. So that's one thing that also helped me is to extend my vision to be a lot larger. Yeah, so that is something that really helps me.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good to know. It's true, isn't it? Sometimes we're so in the day in, day out, do. Yeah. We never really take the time to think longer and then if that's our goal in the longer term, is what we're currently doing, moving us towards that.
Yes, that's
right. So, can you name one thing that has kind of helped so far?
I think clarity is the largest
the biggest
thing.
One.
Yeah, and basically that is something that always to extend the vision, always pushing it forward. I mean, today I may think that reaching number 10 is very big vision, but when I reaches number 9. Doesn't mean 10, because 10 is so near. Yeah. Right, from number 9. So should I move it all the way to 50 or even to 100? That is something that, I think vision is not really like a cast in stone, but it is always a
moving, moving goal.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. Great. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And, it's been such a pleasure to have you in the community as well. And, with our last question, I always like to ask this to our clients. How does Selvi Tanujaya define success?
Okay. I had a long thought on this. It is a difficult question. Yeah, so I think that because to me, success is a moving goalpost, like what I always mentioned just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you achieve this, you realize, okay, actually it's nothing, like I've done this, and then it's time to move on. Right?
But also important to achieve that and celebrate your win before you move on.
Yeah, of course. So how I look at it, it's what kind of impact of each of the goal that I have attained. Impact in terms of whether it's my client, people around me, within the society. It could be just to myself.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so it is the impact that, what is the impact basically? So success equals to positive impact.
Positive impact. Yes, because you're right, positive impact. The word positive, because whatever we do has some sort of impact, whether we like it or not. And I always say that the easiest one to see is for our children.
Yes.
They're always watching us.
Yes, yeah. So that is actually one of the thing that keeps me going, as well for children. Because in the past I started my own journey long time ago, before I have children, before I had family, before I was married. So it was a different inspiration altogether. But now, with children come in the picture, and then they are very much intertwined in our life. So they are my constant motivation.
Yes, likewise. So thank you so much, Selvi. It's lovely to have you in this episode with us.
Thank you, Michelle.